opinion, I think San Diego State and Vanderbilt are in. I think it comes down to 5 teams for 2 spots. That's Xavier, Indiana, Boise State, Texas, and North Carolina. T.O., I'll go to you first on this one. Who are your, out of that 5 right there, who are the 2 teams that you would put into the NCAA tournament today out of Xavier, Indiana, Boise State, Texas, and the North Carolina Tar Heels?
Boise State. And how'd Xavier do in the Big East tournament? I've been so wrapped up with this one.
They lost to Marquette in the quarters.
Their first game.
First game, yeah.
I would put Boise State in because I thought they showed well in their conference tournament. And guys, I'll be honest. I think conference tournaments matter. I really do.
They should. They should.
Mm-hmm. They should matter. So like that's part of it. Damn. Probably Xavier because they've put together some metrics that are really nice. Indiana, the thing is, if I had to pick one team on their best day, it'd probably be Indiana, but I think we got like that 20% of the season. Probably Boise State and Xavier. And I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it one bit.
The Tulip, where are you at?
I was honestly going to say Boise State and Xavier. I've been since New Year's Eve. I've been on the Xavier train, and it's been a winding ride, but I feel confident. I just want to see Conwell in the tournament. I want to see that backcourt in the tournament. And Fremantle was out for a couple of those games against, I think it was the UConn and Marquette game, actually, the ones that they lost. So we'll see if that factors in. I just don't know. I mean, how much we've seen on the top 16 that they do, however often they do that. I mean, there's a lot of SEC on there. So like, how does that factor in for Texas? I mean, with the quad 1 wins and being in that league, what does that look like? But for me, I probably would say Xavier and Boise State as well, with Indiana being like right there. And I agree with T.O. I think out of all these teams, Indiana probably is on their best day, better than probably all 8 of these teams. But we'll see what it comes down to. I mean, I don't think any of us are naive to the fact that when it comes to Dayton, there may be a few brands that get thrown in there. Is all I'm saying.
Yes,
yeah,
that's something that
knock Texas off, Rob. Knock Texas out right away because they played a garbage non-conference. So knock them out right away, in my opinion. To me, I would like to see Xavier because, again, like Mike said, Fremantle was out for 2 games that they honestly could have won with him. At UConn they had, and then Marquette at home, they had that one as well. So those are 2 games that I think they could have won. Plus, you throw them in Dayton, Xavier in Dayton, that'd be a pretty good draw, wouldn't it? Like the fans that would come over for that one, or the fans that would boo Xavier.
Real quick, just I want to make one point on that real quick. So Texas had 17 quad 1 opportunities this season. So did Indiana. Xavier had 9, and 2 of the 9 that they had, they did not have their best player available, and that was at UConn and Marquette at home, and they lost both those games. One of them was in overtime, and one of them was by 2 points, where the loss was a phantom no call when Ryan Conwell got tripped, and that's something where I really do hope that Xavier's put out enough messaging that that's something that the committee is taking into account. Because when you have limited quality,
they have, all the teams have. I mean, every team has put out their messaging on, again,
Hey, by the way, my favorite messaging that we got today, the best that I've ever seen, was John Calipari texting Seth Greenberg and saying, Boogie Fland is going to be available for the NCAA tournament. Like, that's going to impact their seeding. If anything, that should make them get seeded lower. When Boogie Fland played, they were not good. And then when Boogie
they're
Fland,
0-5. They're 0-5 in the SEC. Like this, right? This isn't what you want, Cal, because if you want the committee to judge you with Boogie Fland, you're not a tournament team. You're not.
Yep. T.O., appreciate you being here, man. Go finish your steak. Go get yourself
bed.
another old fashioned. Go get yourself some sleep. Do not miss your
Well-done
flight. Okay,
steak.
do not miss your flight.
I won't miss
There's
the flight.
storms over here on the East Coast. It's going to get ugly in the morning. Do not miss your flight.